Yo, 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 yo. Let's roll, let's roll. Just some thoughts. Hope you can hear me well. Just some revelation in my ride, right? Revelation in my ride. Um, so I'm gonna slow it down, have a straight drive. And I want to make this quick live stream because most people don't know what they don't know, right? They really don't know what they don't know, especially when it comes to the economy. And then I'm on my way to get a review from my nieces about the book. So I'm going to record their reactions and their thoughts on it, right? To get their first response reaction. So come in, come in. Let's do a call to action. If you're not too mean or stuck up, hit that like button. Not too bougie, hit the like button and share. Hit that like and share button. And I want to talk about two topics. Being that this is NFL Sunday, the Crypto Bowl, formerly known as the um, Super Bowl. Hello, Patrice. Thank you for tuning in. Thank you for saying hello. Hope you're having a great, great day today. The Super Bowl, aka Crypto Bowl, as you know, they renamed the Staples Center, Crypto.com. And let's talk about how sports are rigged to predict the future moves of the economy, right? Don't know if you're aware of that, but you have the Cincinnati Bengals today that's representing China and its digital yuan, the digital currency that they're already um, dispersing out during the Winter Olympics. They're already giving it out to all the participants of the Winter Olympics, right? So that's the Bengals, the year of the tiger. This is the year of the tiger for China. That's the Cincinnati Bengals representation. And then you have the LA Rams that represents Bitcoin. So both represents digital currency. Odell Beckham Jr. accepting payment in Bitcoin. And this is pretty much telling you, digital yuan, Bitcoin, digital yuan will replace the U.S. physical dollar right now as the world reserve currency. It will do that. Um, and you're going to see this go into action, right? Beginning of next year, more likely for next year. As the United States is not producing anything, you see a lot of empty car lots right now. They're saying it's because of smart chips. You see used vehicles overpriced. I even thought about putting one of my used vehicles on the market. I'm like, I might as well get, maximum dollars for it because it's a seller's market. And so you see that the United States is not importing anything. It relies heavily on Asia and Asian exports coming into the States to survive and thrive. China for years have been making relationships. Their men, for example, have been marrying the women in Africa. That gives them a rites of passage to then take over the land through that marriage, that union. And if you know anything about Africa, that land is rich in soil, rich, not, I mean, just soil, but rich in gold and silver and in mining of those resources underneath, right? That's why I like to say, understand, like the Bible says, with all of your getting, get an understanding, right? Because you need to know what's under your feet. You need to know about the pearls in the ocean, uh, gold, 24 karat gold, silver, oil, all of that mining and how that works in our currency system. And so, with that being said, this is what you're going to see. I'm not saying that the digital yuan is going to trump Bitcoin. But what Bitcoin is going to be the people's currency. It is going to be a decentralized coin. And what most people don't know, that if you own 2 to 3 Bitcoin right now, if you got in at Bitcoin and at minimum you own at least, or you have in your possession 2 to 3, that you are going to be a very, very wealthy person because Bitcoin is going to be the cryptocurrency that the banks and these large corporations use, such as Goldman Sachs, such as MicroStrategy, such as JP Morgan and Chase, right? Big institutions and corporations will ensure, right, that they don't want Bitcoin in the hands of everyday citizens and people, and that's going to cause Bitcoins to just reach astronomical highs for people that can hold it for the long run and for generational wealth for years and years to come. It's going to be a very high asset to have in your possession. So that's the representation. But for the sheep, people that's unconscious, unaware, unknowledgeable, sports for them is just, big gambling that's going on at casinos, online sports, bets being made digitally through apps, et cetera, et cetera. And then for others, it's opportunity for entertainment, friends and family, spend money on alcohol, and food and party favors and things of that nature, because they're just unaware of the economic signals and signs that these sports games and NFL represents. They're just not woke. They're not cautious. They're just going along with it, not knowing that this is going to be a big predictor of the future of this economic system, right? Um, so that's that about sports. Now, on this topic of how money works, right? How money works. My last live stream, I covered that people are not, they're not aware, and they have no financial education. This is strategic. This is by design. But I don't think they ask themselves, or they don't look at and analyze questions like this, such as, why is my paycheck taxed every pay period? Every pay period. Why is my paycheck taxed? And then I still receive a W-2 at the end of the year on the taxes that was taxed, right? Why is my paycheck taxed every, and I still receive that W-2 form at the end of the year with a breakdown of the taxes and the taxation of it to be taxed on the tax? So you tax on the front end, and then you tax on the back end. Most people don't understand that the tax refund means re means again. The prefix re means again, and fund means money. So you're getting your money back from the government, but at 0% interest. So for the 12 months out the year, you are giving the government back through federal taxes out your paycheck, a tax-free loan. They, the same way that banks do, they then go and invest that money. They invest that money to have higher gains. And a lot of these banks, like the JP Morgan and Bank of America, Goldman Sachs, MicroStrategy, they take your money and they put it into assets like crypto. While you've been told to just trade your cryptocurrency back into cash, which is a debased, depreciating asset, means it's losing its purchasing power through inflation, which is the highest in 40 years. And so what people don't know about money, how money works, is that they think that the Federal Reserve is government and that the U.S. Treasury is government as well. If you didn't get anything out of Trump's presidency, Trump did this, JFK, three presidents, John F. Kennedy, and Abraham Lincoln did this. They exposed that the Fed and the U.S. Treasury was two separate entities, that they were separate from government, right? Abraham Lincoln wanted to come out with the greenback. He was assassinated, which was then a government dollar. And then JFK implemented Executive Order 1111, John F. Kennedy, and he brought in executive order where he wanted to return, and that's one of my 1111 meanings, right? Where he wanted to return to sound money, back to the silver and gold standard. And then he was then assassinated as well, right? So then you have President Trump during his presidency that came out and wanting to change things with the Fed, and the Treasury. And so a lot of people don't know that the Fed or Treasury is just a corporation, and it's a corporation of families, right? Um, oh, thank you, Dante. He says it's so dope. So I'm not. What's up? Who me? Yeah, you. What's up? So I'm not really looking at my phone. I'm just talking and driving and keeping my eyes on the road. And so, um, and then Trump came out, but people they don't study past history. They don't study present history, and they don't study future history. And this is why history may not repeat itself, but it often rhymes. This is why they can't correlate the Spanish flu and the Great Depression in 1930s to now C-19 and what's going on, because they don't study history, and they definitely don't study the economics of history, of how recessions and depressions are brought about, and how that this is a changing of a currency system. Just like during the 1930s Great Depression, the changing of the monetary system changed from gold and silver, physical gold and silver, to printed fiat cash currency. The only difference then is that you did not see inflation, because up to 1971, money was still backed by the gold standard, meaning that the Treasury or the Feds could not overprint money, because they could only print to the amount that equal to the amount that was in the Federal Reserve, the physical Federal Reserve, the physical amount. But in 1971, President Nixon stopped that. So then the money then became currency. It stopped being money. Money is something that has to be sound. It must have a limited supply, and it must be of a rarity form, right? So in 1971, the cash dollar stopped becoming that, right? Because it was not backed by anything. But after 1971, what kept inflation intact, what kept prices low, still was that Saudi Arabia, um, United States, and the dollar now gaining another tangible attachment to it, and became named as the petrodollar. And this is when Saudi Arabia and Russia began to accept the dollar, United States dollar, for exchange of its oil. So that backing gave it the name the petrodollar, right? And so when people don't know is how money works, how taxes keep them poor, even out their paycheck, and then they don't understand the strategy that I try to give them through the home-based business. For right now, a promotional investment cost of $129, and which they can legally, more than and ethically, right, reduce the amount of their taxes and increase their take-home pay that's taken out of their paycheck. Because in 1930s, the United States became bankrupt. And so what the United States decided to do when they became bankrupt was then pass on taxation to the people and make the people, right, have low income, claim taxes, because it wasn't until 1943 that you even had to file federal taxes. I don't know if people even know this. After World War II, people didn't even have to file federal taxes. After World War II in 1943, any income over $500 is called the employee tax incentive was then passed, and people then in 1943, up to then 100% of your hard-earned money you were able to keep. So look at your paycheck and ask yourself, if I kept my federal, state, Social Security, and Medicare taxes, and my 401k and pension, and I was allowed to invest my own money for myself and to learn what assets are versus liability, how much more money would be in my take-home pay? How much more money would I have to work with? Would that help me with inflation? Would that help me with my debt bill, right? Would that help me not stop living paycheck to paycheck? And so through this strategy, and I just put up to my parents' house, She's building something. She didn't even tell me. That's my mom. She needed though. 'Cause she has a lot of vehicles, so she's adding on a garage. It's like 10 vehicles in her driveway now, right? But so it's pretty cool. I must say she definitely need this addition onto our house, but she didn't tell me she was doing it. So with that being said, when people don't understand how money really works and that taxes out of your paychecks, your big stealer of wealth, they don't take on the value of me promoting. Come here. I'm gonna see what my niece gonna say about this book. About me promoting, trying to help them with that through the home-based business. I want you to read this book for me. It's not a, she said, coloring book. 5 to 10. Huh? The book is for kids. It's about cryptocurrency. And not that cash in your hand. How much cash you got? Let me see. Let me count. She said she's a grown. She act like a grown lady. She got like $100 bills in her hand right now. So let me read some comments, then I'm gonna log off and go with my family. So Bobby says, "Who's gonna win?" Let's see. Bitcoin is mainly controlled by China anyway. Anyway, they do most of the mining with Bitcoin. I know. Bobby, that's a great question. I'm thinking. If Cincinnati wins, that will show us that the digital yuan will be the world reserve currency. And I just saw something that McDonald's is saying that they are looking to accepting Doge. So let's see. Bobby, because I believe that the digital yuan, now don't place a bet on this and and take my word for it. Either one team that wins is not going to be a bad thing because Bitcoin is going to represent the freedom for the people. Cincinnati is going to represent non-freedom for the people because the digital yuan will not be decentralized. It will be centralized, meaning total control from China and their government. Then you're going to have a social credit scoring system that's going to come into America as a result of that. So based on the economy and what they want to happen, I would say Cincinnati will win to represent the year of the tiger, which is normally, the dominatory team will be the Rams. Their conference is mostly dominatory. However, if Bitcoin, if the Rams win, it's just going to represent that Bitcoin is going to be that digital, which it is, the digital currency that it is, the digital powerhouse. And hey, Bitcoin might go to 100K. So I hope the Rams win to represent Bitcoin and not China's dominatory power over the world reserve currency, which is the dollar now. But yeah, so that's what I hope happens. So we'll see. That's the best I can give you. If you want a personal autograph copy of my book, you can cash out me at $LD Financial Coaching, $26.11. However, you can go on Amazon if you don't want the autograph copy, and it is on Amazon. Just thought I had the link in here, but just put in the search engine Crypto Chris, and it should come up on Amazon. It's there available for $21.11 as well. So thank you in advance for your support and your purchase. Bitcoin is on the way to 100K plus. The next 6 to 9 months. In the next 6 to 9 months, I do believe that. And how in 1971, 1974, Nixon took the United States off the gold standard 100 years earlier, the United States became a corporation. Amazing how. Right. Yep. That really is. Great input. Feds made up banks the same. Well, you know what? To me, you're not getting robbed, Kim, when you're getting knowledge. At that point, when you get knowledge of how you can get out of that taxation system, out of your paycheck, and you don't act on it, I don't think anybody's robbing you. I think you don't have a security system, you don't have any weaponry system, and you don't lock your doors or windows. And so it's not that anybody's robbing you. You leave yourself with open access for people to come in and take what they want because you don't want to invest in protection. So once you know the knowledge and you do nothing but, just kind of whine and complain about it, that's why most people are stuck in their situation. And that's why their paychecks can't keep up with inflation because um, they don't want to make $129 investment to help them not do that and to get out the Fed system. So at this point, you are pretty much agreeing to the terms of services of being, you know, of being robbed. You're in agreeing with it because there's something you can do and you're not doing it. And so that's it. Let me go and spend time with my family. Let's watch this NFL and let's see what it means for the economy. Again, if you want to get an instant pay raise, position yourself to get more money out your paycheck, or you want the autographed copy of the book, go to Amazon. Crypto Chris becomes a Bitcoin billionaire, or you can get an autographed copy. Just in that Cash App, put your full mailing address, which includes your zip code and the name of the person that I will be autographing the book to, whether you're getting it for your grandchildren, your niece, your nephews, or your own children, or yourself, or a young adult. Who would you like that autograph to? And if not, just go to Amazon, right? So 2 calls of action. Text 129 if you want to get an increase in your paycheck by adding the home-based business tax deductions and getting out of this monetary system legally, morally, and easily. And also, thank you, Loyal Diamond. Thank you for buying the book and supporting as we teach our youth and this generation about the transfer, as well as ourselves, about the transfer from the physical dollar to the crypto dollar, aka digital dollar. Subliminal, love the hair, the hair. Thank you. I love that name, Subliminal. I love that. Right, I love that. You all. Let me go hug my mama and kiss my daddy. Queen out. Let me visit my family. You all make sure you like and subscribe and support the book. Crypto Chris becomes a Bitcoin billionaire on Amazon.